Guys, so today I've decided to do something different and fun. I just got this blender. I've actually already broken the seal, but I've not opened it. I've decided we should unbox it together. So it's a blender. It's this make Molemex, yeah. Apparently it's among the best when it comes to blenders. At Carrefour, and they've told me that this is actually the best brand when it comes to blenders. I wanted to buy a Von or a Hotpoint, but I'll let you guys know what made me settle for this blender. Yeah, so let's unbox it together. So once you immediately open, this is how it comes at the top bit. Of course, because if it's been moved, yeah, have this. So you remove this, and yeah, this is a manual for, this is not in English, there is one that is in English, but you don't need this here in Kenya, that is. And there's this other one that basically has, by the way, we've not tested it at the supermarket at Carrefour, but they've told us if anything happens to it within 14 days, we can always return it and they'll give us a brand new, because we have a receipt. So in 14 days, it's like a testing period, yeah. So in 14 days, if anything happens to the blender, they'll change it for you, like they'll give you a new one. But after that, now it's the normal warranty, which means that if it breaks, you take it back and then they'll take it to the supplier or whoever it is, and then they're going to maybe fix it for you, and then the normal one works, yeah. But the one that excited me is that one for 14 days. So they gave it to me. I can test and try it and work on it for 14 days. I can always return it if anything happens, yeah. So in the manual, it has just the basic things that come with the blender, how to use it, how to wash it. So this one you can wash it even in a dishwasher. I'll show you the part that you obviously can't put in a dishwasher. And it has a nut crusher. It's actually really nice, yeah? So you will read this at your own time once you buy it, but I'll show you guys the basics. So when you remove, this is the jug, the top bit, yeah? It has this nylon covering, which obviously is not safe for kids to play. So once you remove it, make sure you dispose it. And then this is how it looks, guys. Mine is clear and white. I wanted a black one because almost everything in my kitchen is black, but the black ones didn't have what I was looking for in a blender, which I'll tell you guys before the end of the video. You know, if you want to purchase a blender, the things that you should consider the main things, yeah. So this is how mine comes. It has this stuff that you open by rotating and then it locks. It has this part. So this is the covering of the jug. And then inside it has this, another seal. Remove that. So this is a crusher. This is mainly for crushing nuts. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is mainly for crushing nuts. You can crush your garlic, you can crush your ginger over here, just those hard stuff, your macadamia, yeah. So it has its own blade inside, as you can see. Let me open it for you guys. So it has its own blade. The blade is quite sharp, so when you're washing, make sure you take care. And then this can be washed in a dishwasher. So if you have a dishwasher, this can go in the dishwasher. Definitely this can't go inside the dishwasher, but should be washed, literally washed, because this is something that's coming in contact with food, and you don't want it to accumulate dirt and germs and bacteria. So this is the small part. So there's this big jug. This is the one that you're making maybe when you're making your smoothies, and it also has its own blade, yeah. So guys, this is one of the main important things you should consider when buying a blender. This and a bit. Can you guys see? Can you guys see this part? This rotating bit. This part that rotates the blade. This is very important to check if yours is rubber. So when this one is not rubber, this is a plastic one. You should make sure you buy a plastic one. Because a rubber one, the cheap ones, okay, I didn't tell you guys, I got this blender for 5,500, no, 5,200. Yeah, so the blender costs 5,200. The cheap ones you can find, okay, not the cheap ones, the other ones that cost less, but you can find this rotator is not plastic, it's rubber. The thing with rubber, it expands and it becomes loose with time. So that, and this is the main thing when rotating. So if it's rubber, when it becomes loose, then there's a problem with your rotation here. And if this can't rotate, then you can't blend anything. Yeah. So make sure number one, this is the plastic. Yeah. So make sure this is plastic. That is the second most important thing. The first most important thing is to check the power of your blender. So we are done with the jug. So at the box you can see our blender has the ability, let me show you guys, our blender is 600 watts. So this is 600 watts. So this is the strength of the blender. So this can blend, it's actually even written, it can blend, it can crush ice, which is really something good you want. So when you buy a blender and it's maybe 350, most of them are 350, 400. If it's 350, please don't put your ice in it. You start, the power is not enough for you to, you can, and it will blend the first time, but if you're used to blending your ice, crushing your ice, that is, with that blender, it doesn't have lifespan yake itafungwa. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you check the power of your blender before using it, or even before buying a blender. So if you know you're going to be making a lot of milkshake, like I am planning to, please make sure you buy a blender that is at least 450 watts. 450 watts, so that you cannot have a problem with crushing ice and all that. Yeah, so this one can crush ice. This one is 600 watts and it's 2 liters. So that is the main important thing when you're buying a blender, is the power. How powerful is it, and what are you putting in your blender? So if you buy a 350 watts, that's not so powerful. So make sure you don't overwork your blender. So the second most important bit is the part under the jug, as I showed you guys. This bit needs to be plastic. This part under here. If it's rubber, it will expand with time, and then again your jug will stop working. So let's continue now. Let me know down in the comment section anything that you've not yet understood just yet. And if you bought your blender, did you consider the power? Let me know what you guys consider when buying a blender. So the box is empty once I remove this. And then down there again, there's that support thing, like the one that was on top for when you need to travel or transport, or even store. Because I think I'll be storing mine back in the box after I'm done using it, because I don't have kitchen space. So you remove this again, make sure you dispose it very well. And then this is the electrical bit. This bit shall and cannot be washed inside water. This is the electrical bit, guys. Don't wash this with water. To wipe it, you're allowed to wipe it, but never dip it in water. So definitely that goes without saying, it can't be dishwashed and all that. This is only wiped. Yeah, so it has the cord that goes to the socket, and then let me just open, because I'm going to use it. So there's this bit that goes inside the socket. Of course, it has this protective thing that you have to remove before you put it inside the socket. Yeah. So here you have a 0, 1, 2. So this means it has a speed, two different speeds. Sorry, it has 0, 1, and 2. So you can do 1, it will go a bit faster. This 2 is very fast. The others that when you're going to buy it is just you either on and off. It's either 0 or 1. It doesn't have a 2. So this one has 2 different speeds. Yeah. And then there's this part that rotates. And then I guess inside here it's the motors and all the wiring that are required. So that's it, guys, for this blender. I'll show you when it's working and then we can review it. Oh, the good thing about it that is exciting me is this down bit. It has this, you can see the rubber stoppers. So once you put it on top of your kitchen counter, at least it's not going to slide and it's not going to be rough on the counter. It's this rubber part under here. Actually, this one looks like it's stuck. So this is a good thing, yeah. So this is the blender that I got and I love it and I'm in love with it. So those are the main things that you consider. Also, when you're going to buy this blender, you may realize that they have two different prices. There's one that goes for 5,900 and then there's this one that I bought that is 5,200. The only difference between them is this, that the 5,900 one is directly from France, and this is a France brand but assembled in China, or rather made in China. So what causes the difference definitely just the laws of, what are they called? The labor laws. That's all that brings the difference. But the standards of the quality standards are the same, just like the way iPhones, some are direct from US and some are iPhones made in China, but we're using them, right? So this one is a brand. It's a France brand. It's really nice, but it's a France brand that is made in China. So yay, there it is. And mine is 2 liters, so it's quite large. That's a plus. So once you're getting a blender, even if you don't get this blender, make sure that you consider the main things that we said. Number 1, speed. That is the power of your blender, so that you don't overwork your blender. Number 2 is that bit under the jam. Please make sure it's not rubber. Make sure it's plastic, so that you can have a long life with your blender. So number 3, obviously, as we have said, is, tell me what I've said number 3, and on the comments if you can remember. Let me see. Either way, it's in the video. So let me show you guys when it's working.
Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay. It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything